Luca Solari is a professor of organization theory and HR management at the University of Milan in Italy. He spoke with us at a Strategic Capability Network event about the future of HR in a global world. How do you foresee the role of HR changing going forward?
I think that in the past years we have put a lot of emphasis on decoupling the different parts of the role with the shared service model, center of expertise, and business partner. And that was consistent with the idea that HR needed to standardize practice, and it's been effective many times. But on the other side, we start seeing the shortcomings of this model when it comes to the difficulties in reaching out to employees and of coordinating across business partners and centers of expertise. My understanding is that we have to embrace a more interdependent approach. So maybe keep the shared services for the routine-based activities, but when it comes to HR innovation and all the practices related to development, we probably need to create aggregated and interdependent teams of professionals with a different background. The reason being, I don't believe HR to be a support function. I think HR needs now to move into being an inspiring function to management. A lot of things are changing out there. New generation bring about new values, and you need a function that's able to capture that and help top management make sense of what's going on.
How will HR tools and practices be changing?
You know, as part of this change, HR needs to move toward being able to analyze what's going on. So while before we just needed to structure our HR practices, so to have processes that should be followed all the same throughout time, now we need to embrace practices that allow for more customization. And that means, for instance, that we are not talking about performance evaluation the way we used to, so setting fixed goals and checking whether people are getting there. We need to embrace an idea that performance is an ongoing conversation that's is focused on the future, and that is pushing people toward expressing new behaviors and new ways of attaining goals for the whole organization. The same is true for talent. I mean, undoubtedly, talent management has had a big impact on companies. But again, it's running into the risk of just prescribing what the talent should be. Instead, I think we need to discover talents out there. So try to get back where the action is and analyze what's going on with the tools of the HR practitioner.
What changes do you foresee to organizational competencies?
The things are pretty much related. I mean, if we need to move from standardizing to customizing, it means that we have to reach out. And to reach out, we have to get rid of the idea that HR is about standardizing, controlling, defining procedures in a way that is so similar to the one-size-fits-all, and instead embrace the culture of HR as a function that has to discover what's going on. That means we need to increase our multidisciplinarity and particularly enrich our ability to use quantitative and qualitative methods of analysis of what's going out there. We have to embrace the ability to capture innovation and also social innovation. I mentioned the idea of new generations. Again, a lot of talk being done on that, but are we in the position with our competencies within HR to be able to analyze society and the way it's changing? I think these are some of the new competencies that are required. And unfortunately, most of the processes, both within education and business schools and in the earlier stages of the development of HR professionals, don't really capture those competencies. They are so much connected to the old way of dealing with HR processes.